to mobilize Tom Brady when the time comes to try to close the deal with some of these free agents?
No, why would we do that? Why would we want to think? Of course we are. What do you think about? Yeah, whenever we could, we would. Whenever he can fit in.
He's not doing this for any other reason than to win. And as you would expect, like, he's got a lot of thoughts on how we should get that accomplished.
Tom Brady has been absolutely massive for the Raiders organization in just a year, helping them bring in guys like Pete Carroll, Chip Kelly, retaining Patrick Graham, and basically taking control of this team, trying to put his own stamp on it and change the direction of the organization. And everyone is already assuming that he is going to play a crucial role when it comes to attracting and closing deals on NFL free agents and potentially even trading for some guys who are available on the market. And now, Matthew Stafford has been involved in multiple rumors, meeting with Tom Brady, potentially wanting to go to the Raiders, and things really got interesting about a couple of months ago when he wanted a contract extension, he wanted to play with the Rams. They were hesitant. They didn't want to give $50 million to an aging NFL quarterback, and then his wife even hinted publicly that he might want to play elsewhere, adding a lot of fuel to the fire. Now, the one thing that we know coming into this year's offseason was Pete Carroll, Don Spytek, and this new kind of look Raiders, they did not want to go through a rebuild. They want to compete right away. And what's a better way to compete than going out there and getting a quarterback that just led his team to the playoffs? Yes, he's up there in age, but it sets a new culture. It allows you to go draft a quarterback and slowly develop them behind Matthew Stafford, a perfect teacher of the game of football. Now, right now, what I want to do for you guys is, one, I want to break down a ton of film. I want to show you exactly who Matthew Stafford is as a player and what he would add to this team. Trust me, you guys are going to want to stick through this video. But also, comment down below right now. Do you think Matthew Stafford, before you watch film, before we break that down, do you think Matthew Stafford is the best fit at quarterback? Or if not, who do you think would be the best quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders next season? Whether it's a rookie or a free agent or someone you could trade for, let me know in the comments. Let's dive into the video. Now, one of my favorite things about Matthew Stafford is his ability to work off play action, right? Probably one of the best play action quarterbacks in the league. And when you look at what Pete Carroll did specifically in Seattle, it was a lot of this, right? Pete Carroll, they like to run the football, establish the run, and then boom, beat you deep when you're least expecting it, right? Look at this play here. So we're going to get a 12 personnel set, right? Again, Pete Carroll loves these type of plays. 12 personnel, sometimes even 13 personnel. Basically what that means, guys, that first number is always going to represent the amount of running backs in the backfield. The second number is always going to represent the amount of tight ends on the football field. So we come out 12 personnel. We're going to fake the handoff. We're going to motion Cooper Kupp in line with that left tackle. Now, what we want to do here, because the first thing we notice is we have no safety help over the top, right? Nobody in that third level. This is huge, right? So we're going to motion over Cooper Kupp. He's going to initially block. Now, what's that going to do? Well, Tariq Woolen is going to be one-on-one with Demarcus Robinson, and once he sees Cooper Kupp go to block, right, he kind of, I wouldn't say bites up on the run, but he sets his feet, right? He gets a little bit complacent with his footwork, and then boom, Demarcus Robinson breaks out. Great play action there by Matthew Stafford, sets his feet, and throws an absolute dime. Look at where this ball ends up. Perfect, right in the arm of Demarcus Robinson. The Raiders need a quarterback that is going to come in here, right, help establish the run by just selling play actions. They need a good running back, don't get me wrong. But if they're able to do that, you have a guy like Trey Tucker who is an absolute burner, right? Just like Demarcus Robinson. You have a guy like Jacoby Myers who is probably one of the highest rated route runners in the NFL, which would be perfect with Matthew Stafford. And then, not only that, but you also have one of the best tight ends in football in Brock Bowers. All right, another big time play here. Now, the first thing that we're noticing are these safeties, right? We want to pay attention to where these guys go off the snap. Now, obviously, it looks like you probably have man-to-man here, man-to-man here, man-to-man here, right? So, I guess what we're really looking at is this one high safety. So, as he drops back in the pocket, that's going to be the first thing that he notices. This safety Kyle Duggar is going to open up to this side of the field. Now that middle of the field is absolutely wide open. We're going to have just like a little crossing route over the middle, a little post over the middle. Once he gets inside leverage on this DB, oh man, Matthew Stafford's eyes light up, man. He absolutely loves this. Drops back. Look at the anticipation of this throw. The ball is already coming out of his hands, right? Having the faith that he knows his wide receiver is going to run the right route. Right, beautiful throw, right where it needs to be, and boom, there goes Cooper Kupp down the middle of the field, wide open. The anticipation by Matthew Stafford, not once does he get panicked because they send 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys to the quarterback. He stays calm, he stays collected, and he throws an absolute dime down the field for a 70-yard touchdown. Guys, he is a perfect fit. Now, real quickly, if you guys agree with me, let me know in the comments, but more importantly, hit the like button if you want more Raiders breakdowns throughout the entirety of the season. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're new. It is free, it doesn't cost anything, and we will be breaking down Matthew Stafford, the Las Vegas Raiders, the entire offseason. Whoever the Raiders sign, we got you covered with film analysis in depth just like this. Whoever the Raiders draft, film analysis, we got you guys covered. Join the family, and whoever the Raiders trade for, we got you guys covered. All right, here we go. Next play, again, we got 2-eye safety look. Usually quarterbacks, they need to look off these safeties. They need to understand where these guys are going. Is this a cover 3, right? Is it man-to-man with 2 high? Is it a cover 2? Is it a Tampa 2, right? We need to understand what these defenders are doing. And Matthew Stafford is such a good quarterback when it comes to reading and reacting to what a defense does, right? So first thing we're going to notice is we're going to be in a slide protection to the right side, right? We're going to have man-to-man to the left. We also have a running back in the backfield as well that can help out on a potential blitz. If not, he can get out on his route. All right, so first thing we notice, cover 3. Right, you see him drop back. You see him drop back. We see outside, right? We got cover 3. You got your flat. You got your hook curl. You got another hook curl over here. And then you got your flat to the bottom side with Kuba Dejin. As he reads this defense, he's going to open up and manipulate, right? He's going to look to this right side of the field, knowing if he can bring this safety down in that direction, well, we have this seam that's going to break wide open. So again, now you talk about the manipulation of a defense, forcing a defense to look and move. Look at where this safety starts and look at where he ends up, right? He is about 3 yards to the right side of that hash. Now, when Matthew Stafford drops back, looks right, look at where he ends up. Boom. Now he's in the middle of the hash. He breaks in this direction because Stafford loads up, but fires in the opposite direction. That is manipulation of the defense, and that is how you become one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. That is simple, unbelievable, great, football here. Matthew Stafford is amazing. Amazing. And I think we need to really understand that. Now, if you guys want a part 2 to this video where I break down even more film, hit the like button, subscribe, let me know in the comment section down below if you want more of this film, and I'll see you guys in the next one.